Hello everybody, Toabin here, and I'll be continuing off with Lucy, the eternity she wished for. Sorry for last week for not uploading the video. I've been having technical difficulties, which has been a real pain. Anyway, let's see what happens, because last time we had left the crazy mechanic guy and we're currently walking home. Hey, thank you. Soon enough, the streets became immersed in the orange glow of the evening sun. The scenery was changing more slowly than usual today. Maybe it's because I've been carrying Lucy on my back. But it's not that a lot of time has passed. Winter was just on its way. As the evidenced by those increasing shorter days. Lucy hasn't said anything for a while. I steal a glance at her, wondering if she's asleep, but she's not. She appears to be lost in thought, staring at everything in sight. She looks like a child inside a present dream. I can see her eyes sparkling. Oh my god. Is it really that fascinating?
何がですか?
What does Master mean by that? This place.
はい、
Oh, yes.
本当に素晴らしいと思います。
It's quite marvelous. I can't say if I agree with that. Unlike downtown, there aren't many distractions here to keep us busy. Nor are we near any beautiful landscapes. We're just walking down a plain old street that you can find anywhere. What part of this place do you find marvelous?
すべてです。
Everything! Everything?
はい、すべてが素晴らしいです。
Yes, absolutely everything.
昔は外出するときも許可が必要でしたから。
In the past, Lucy always needed permission to go outside.
外に出てこんな風に散歩する機会は数えるほどしかありませんでした。
Lucy didn't have many chances to wander the streets like this. A ton of dots, because that's all I can say to that.
そうですね。
Yes.
強いて言えば
Yes, so basically,
こうして動いている間にも周りの景色が変わっていくのが素晴らしいと思います。
it's fascinating to see the way everything changes around Lucy as she moves about.
ルーシーの知らない風景がまた別の何かに変わっていく姿が
A fresh new sight to behold one after another.
こうしてゆっくり景色を眺められるということが
Being able to take in everything that's at Lucy's own pace.
そういうのがとても不思議に思います。本当に素晴らしいと思います。
Lucy finds that delightful. That's why everything looks so marvelous. I see. I couldn't relate to the sensation she described. Oh, I'm missing. Happy Lucy. Happy Lucy is happy.
マスター
Master? Our feet. What is it?
本当に申し訳ありません。
Lucy is very sorry. What's with you all of a sudden? I'm caught off by this unexpected apology. Has she really done anything wrong?
ルーシーが今日迷惑ばかりかけましたよね。
Alright.
申し訳ございません。
Lucy was being too chatty and annoying today. She is very sorry.
もともとは落ち着いた性格で、制作段階では他人を理解できる包容力をメインコンセプトにして設計されたのですが、
Lucy is supposed to be calm and understanding of others, but here comes big ideas. I can't think of the word. A ton of dots because I don't know how to respond to that, and I was just making a witty commentary. I found it strange how Lucy was telling me what kind of person she was supposed to be. If any other than Lucy had told me the same thing, I'd probably laugh at them. Anyone by himself will never be able to find out what kind of person he truly is. Sitting in front of a mirror reveals the flaw of your body. Sitting in front of a person reveals all the flaws in your personality. If you ever want to find out something about yourself, you need to be reflected back to you by something else. That is why attempting to describe your own personality at the same time is as describing what kind of person you actually want to be. It's just a bunch of primitive nonsense. But this is the only case for humans. Lucy is an android. She is not human. That is why it doesn't sound strange coming from her.
初めてマスターになる人に巡り会えて嬉しかったんです。
Lucy was probably happy to be able to greet her first master. Happy, Lucy's happy.
久しぶりの起動だったからか騒ぎ立ててしまったこともありますが、
It's also been a while since Lucy was last activated, so it was a bit exciting too. Now we get into her past. Future knowledge is good some days. It was such an unnatural explanation about how she felt. Oh, natural! Oh my gosh, man. She was happy to meet her first master. She was happy to be able to finally move around again. You've never served anyone else before?
はい、マスターが初めてのマスターです。
Happy Lucy. No, Master is Lucy's first. Is that so? So she's a new model that no one has ever touched. Someone please clip that to take it out of context, please. That line of thinking sounds dirty, but that's not what I mean.
研究所にいた頃は楽しかったです。
Lucy really enjoyed her time back at the lab.
そこにいたみんながよくしてくれました。
The researchers were all so kind.
いろいろな話をして、いろいろなことを教わりました。
Lucy talked about a lot of things with everyone and learned a lot too. A lab, did she say? Oh, I'm sure they treated her well.
何か面白い答えを出したり、指示された行動をすると、たくさんの人が喜んでくれたんです。
Whenever Lucy said something interesting, or whenever Lucy did something as she was told to, they would be very happy.
特に真面目に貢献した時には、ルーシーは本当に賢いと頭を撫でながら褒めてくださいました。
They would say Lucy is very smart and pat Lucy's head. Head pats, best currency. A ton of dots because I don't know how to respond to head pats because I've never received one.
ルーシーはそれがとても嬉しかった。
Lucy liked that very much.
もっとたくさんのことを学び、
Oh shit,
もっとたくさん話をしました。
And this is why Lucy decided to learn a lot more and do a lot more things.
そうすればするほど、もっと可愛がってくれたんです。
And they came to love Lucy even more. They were probably just testing her abilities. In my mind, I found the whole scenario unsettling. To Lucy, however, it was a treasured memory of her past. But there is an important question yet to be answered. How much does she eat? Alright. Then why were you abandoned? I've always been meaning to ask her. Can you stop? I've always been meaning to ask her, but I can't easily bring myself to do so. I ask myself why. Maybe it's because I'm starting to care about this robot's feelings. I shake my head. That's just plain nuts. It's only because she sounds like a real person. It's a dangerous thought. Let's get it out of my head. I blur out the question. Then why were you abandoned? Said Lucy. Lucy's done her dance because she is sad. Sad Lucy, sad. Lucy goes silent. Oh, silent mode. Nothing was said for a while. The quietness stretched into awkward silence. I started to regret asking the question.
みんなルーシーのことが嫌いになったのだと思います。
Because no one loved Lucy anymore. With those words, Lucy finally breaks the silence.
いつからかみんなルーシーに笑いかけなくなりました。
Somewhere along the line, they stopped smiling at
みん
Lucy.
なルーシーを褒めてくれなくなりまし
They
た。
stopped praising Lucy.
みんなルーシーのメインシステムを起動してくれなくなりました。
Eventually, they forgot about Lucy. A ton of dots, because how do you respond to that?
予備電力で時間が経つのだけは感知できました。
While running on reserve power, Lucy could only keep track of the passing time.
何もできないまま、
Doing
ただ
absolutely
時間だ
nothing.
けが過ぎていく感覚だけを感じ、
It felt like an
永
eternity.
遠のように感じられる日々が続きました。
The days went on and on. Well, this is why it's called Lucy, the eternity she wished for. Which probably means she's going to break down, but she's going to keep reliving these memories.
そしてある日、
Then one day... A ton of dots, because how do you respond to then? Lucy goes silent once more. Then one day she found herself left in the dust, is what she probably wanted to say. Maybe I didn't like something about her, or I found a significant flaw within her design. But I don't like the fact that they just tossed her aside, giving her so much love and attention. Aren't they being too inconsiderate? A small rage boils inside me, directed at those cruel researchers with no sense of responsibility. When I regained my senses after a few seconds, I became surprised how angry I was. What was I thinking? They were just throwing away a failed experiment. An object on my back was nothing more than an impressive fake. She's not real. She's not a living creature. It's only natural that a useless machinery was thrown away. There's no need for me to be so angry.
マスター、また脈拍が上がっています。どうかしましたか？
Master's pulse is rising again. Is something wrong? It's nothing. And stop measuring that all the time.
でも自動で体温を測るようプログラムされています。
But Lucy is programmed to record Master's temperature automatically. Then it's an order. I order you not to measure anything from now on.
命令ですか？それでは仕方ありませんね。
An order? Then Lucy has no choice. There is another silence, but this time not an unpleasant one. Happy Lucy!
ですからマスターにはとても感謝しています。
But Lucy is very thankful towards Master. I just can't seem to figure out the robot's train of thought. What?
捨てられてどのくらいの時が流れたのかわかりません。
Lucy doesn't know how much time has passed since she was thrown away.
でもルーシーにとっては永遠にも等しい時間でした。
But judging by Lucy's own temperature, it seems that a long time had passed.
周りは暗闇で人の気配など全くなくて、
Lucy was always surrounded by darkness, and she could never sense any human
と
presence.
ても暗くてとても静かで
It was very dark and very quiet.
寂しかった。
Lucy was feeling very lonely.
そんな中マスターの声が聞こえました。
Then suddenly Lucy heard a genuine voice. I don't remember talking to you like that.
それでもルーシーにとってはまるで天使のささやきのようでした。
But to Lucy, it was like a soft, tender whisper from an angel.
何もない暗闇の中に初めて一筋の光が差したのです。
At last, in that dark abyss, the light that Lucy had lost so long ago had finally
ルーシ
returned.
ーに何度も何度も声をかけてくれました。
It was Master who found Lucy. You're overreacting. She's definitely going overboard with this. I just happened to notice her while casually passing
マ
by.
スターに気づいてもらえるよう必死でした。
Lucy tried
残
her
りの
hardest.
力を振り絞
Oh
って
shit. Sorry. Lucy tried her hardest to make Master notice Lucy. Lucy pushed and pulled her body with all her might.
そしたら今まで動かなかった腕が動いたのです。
And then Lucy's once frozen hand magnificently moved again. Hee hee. A ton of dollars, because how do you respond to laughter? There were only a few words which didn't contain any significant meaning. It was only on a moment's whim when I tasted it out. Oh yeah, I remember, it was so funny. I like that type of humour. But I suppose those simple actions were such a big help to the robot.
ルーシーに手を差し伸べてくれたこと本当に感謝しています。
Lucy is very thankful that Master had taken her in. Being able to say the most embarrassing things without hesitation. I guess that's one of the advantages of being a robot. I can feel my face beginning to flush. I quickly duck in order to hide my embarrassment. It's up. I'm not that type of person, sorry, but you can read it if you want. I'm gonna make you pay for what you're worth, so you better be ready for it.
はい、マスター覚悟しておきます。
Yes, Master. Lucy's prepared. Why do I make it sound so awkward? What's so funny? Why do you keep laughing like that? It's creeping me out.
わかりません。さっきから笑いが自然とこみ上げてくるんです。
She doesn't know that she cannot contain her laughter.
故障みたいです。どうしましょう。
Maybe it's a malfunction. Watch Lucy did it. Lucy quietly raises her cheeks against my shoulder. The sensation of her soft skin causes me to flinch. She feels very different compared to this morning. It feels like I'm carrying a real person on my back instead of a robot. I started to wonder what could be causing this difference in perception. Was it a placebo effect? Or had something really changed since this morning? If something really did change, was it me or the robot? I continued to ponder over this question on the way home. Never managed to come up with an answer. Is this what I think it's gonna be? So, hey. Oh, come on, I can't. Anyway, I'll just skip this because I've read this so many damn times. October 13th. You. Whew. Come on. Well, with that, we'll be calling it here. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Thank you for watching!